how to calculate your macros. I'm Nate, the FitFutureMD. Follow for more. So this is just going to be numbers off the top of my head, so it's not going to be, I'm going to try to make them as easy as possible. To calculate your macros to begin with, right? As a starting point. If you're a normal, everyday person, you work, 8 to 5, 9 to 5, whatever, and it's not a rigorous job, you're going to take your body weight and you're going to multiply it by 14. Okay? That's going to give you your total number of calories at maintenance, right? So if you didn't do nothing but sit around all day, that would be your maintenance calories, right? If you are heavily sedentary, like you don't go to the gym at all, like you don't do anything, then you can adjust that 14 to 13 or 12, right? Depending on how sedentary you are. You can do that inner self-reflection to say, I'm really, really sedentary, or I move around a little bit, or whatever. But 14 is like the middle of the road, right? So if you're someone that is very active, you may go all the way up to 16 or 18, right? So it really depends on how sedentary you are, right, to whatever your basal metabolic rate is. So for me, I started out, I'm 300 pounds. I would multiply 300 times 14. 300 times 14, it's going to be 4,200 calories a day, right? That's my maintenance calories to maintain. And then when I first did this, I'm like, am I really eating that many calories? I'm eating double the amount of calories of a 2,000 calorie a day diet. And it turns out I really wasn't doing that, right? Because I was, eating fine most days, but then a day would come up and I would eat 10,000 calories or 8,000 calories, right? Binge eating, right? For some reason I was craving something, right? So anyway, so you got 4,200 calories. You want to maintain 4,200 calories, you would divide that by 3. That would give you 1,400 calories a piece from carbs, fat, and protein, right? When you start out, you just leave those equal, okay? And you do it that way so you're not having cravings, right? If you find yourself having cravings, that means that whatever you're eating, you're not getting some kind of nutrients that you need, right? Your body is giving you cravings, trying to get you to eat that nutrient that it needs. That's why multivitamins are so big. But me personally, I would definitely go with sea moss instead of a multivitamin, something natural. That's just my opinion. So if you divide that equal, that's 350 grams of carbs, 350 grams of protein, and 156 grams of fat. So you start talking about a normal American diet, 350 grams of protein into 6 meals, that's almost 60 grams of protein a meal. If you did 5 meals, that's 70 grams of protein a meal. If you did 4 meals, that's 88 grams of protein a meal. Those, you're talking about, so how many ounces of chicken is that? You need 350 grams, and that would be 13.4 ounces of chicken breast to equal to equal 350 grams a day, right? So that's basically what, almost a pound of meat to equal that. Carbs is easy, 156 grams of fat is easy, but protein, most people are going to have issues with protein, right? So that's where supplements come into play, right? It's a lot easier to take 3 scoops of protein and get 75 grams than to eat, 12 ounces of freaking chicken. It's actually a lot more than that. I don't know what math I'm doing. You have to make that equal 26. 26 grams per 3 ounces. So I gotta multiply that by 3. Yeah, so you're talking about, you have to have 41 ounces of meat that day to make that. So that's 2.5 pounds of meat of chicken, 2.5 pounds of chicken to meet that protein. So that's when you're going to start supplementing, right? So say I wanted to start to lose weight at 4,200, and I'm going to minus, me personally, this is what I do, okay? I minus 500 calories for sauce. So I don't even have to count sauce, you know what I'm saying? I never use more than like 2 or 3 tablespoons of sauce, right? On anything. So barbecue sauce, Polynesian sauce, soy sauce, whatever. But I'm going to keep that under 500 calories a day. So that puts me at 3,700 calories. Then for me to lose weight, I got to be 500 calories a day lower than that to lose a pound a week. 3,500 calories a week below your basal metabolic rate is a pound a week, right? So you do that for 52 weeks, that's 52 pounds, right? So that brings us all the way down to 3,200, which is still 1,200 above a 2,000 calorie a day diet, right? Like I said, I'm gonna divide that by 3. That's gonna give me 1,000 calories of protein, 1,000 calories of carbs, 1,000 calories of fat. So 118 grams of fat and 267 grams of protein, 266 grams of carbs, right? Roughly. Divide that by 5 meals, that's 53 grams. So it's very doable. But like I said, you're going to pretty much easily, supplement with protein shakes for sure, like with that much protein. Because it's just difficult and expensive to get that kind of protein from animal meat. And it's probably not as healthy either. So, but you start there, right? You may not have the budget to start there, so you can adjust those to where you're still under the calorie goal. Maybe you add more carbs because carbs are cheaper. Fat is cheap, right? So, and it depends on what you like, right? And there's some people that'll max out their protein at 200. Like they just will never go over 200 grams of protein, for maybe they got kidney issues in their family or, whatever the reason is. So that's how you calculate your macros, okay? Like I say, you can adjust based on what your goals are, right? So if your goals are to be leaner, obviously you'd have less carbs, and you can add that to protein or add that to fat, right? And and still have the same calories, but you end up being leaner, right? But you're going to have cravings because you're decreasing one of the macros. So, and obviously every macro is not equal. So obviously carbohydrates coming from fruit are going to be a lot better than carbohydrates coming from pasta or from regular potatoes, or carbohydrates come from fried foods or chips or whatever. So, calculate your macros, give that a try, stay under your caloric basal metabolic rate, and you'll lose weight, you'll be healthy, you'll feel better. I'm Nate, the Fit Future MD. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let's stay fit forever. Let's get to 250. See you next time. Peace.